Discipline equals freedom. 100 lessons from 100 books. This idea directly comes from two authors that I have enjoyed reading and listening to over the last number of years. Jocko Willink talks about this in his book, Discipline Equals Freedom, and discusses it on his podcast. The other is Dan Sullivan. He has discussed this idea within his books and also within his podcast. He was the original person that brought this idea into my life. The reason why I've enjoyed this idea or this philosophy or mindset hack, discipline equals freedom, is because it reminds me quite a lot of Stoicism. I'm a big fan of Stoicism, and I can imagine Marcus Aurelius or Seneca teaching this to their students or writing it in their letters or meditations. Having more structure in your life or in your day, your month, your weeks, and your years might sound counterintuitive. You might think by having more structure and more disciplines and more little windows of habits, you're actually taking time away from yourself. But you're actually not. The counterintuitive idea here and the paradox is that the more structure you have and the more habits and routines that you have in lockdown, typically the more free time you'll end up having and the better you'll feel about yourself. I have gone through this over the last number of years as I've floated in and out of morning routines, evening routines, drinking certain types of drinks at certain times of the day, making sure that I was working out regularly. All these different little habits, tricks, routines, and success strategies that we read about and we hear about, but yet we maybe implement for a month, then we let slip away, and then we re-engage a month later and bring it back in. However, when you have a decent set of 5, 6, 7, maybe 9 or 10 of these disciplines that you do daily or weekly, you actually end up having more free time and feeling a lot better about yourself. I'm a prime example of that. I know that when I am undisciplined and I slip into more social media using or watch too many movies or just go out and entertain myself for the sake of entertaining myself, I generally don't feel as good. Now, you might think that's a fairly obvious result from spending too much time on social media or watching movies, but that's the way my life used to be. I used to be more loose with my time and just choose to do things whenever I wanted to. But now, by having set routines, they really help me set up my day. They really help me disengage from work and then flip into a different activity at nighttime. And by having those little mini 10, 15, 20 minute, even hour-long routines throughout my day and my week, I actually end up getting more done and I end up feeling better about myself. And I end up really enjoying the fact that I have these set ideas and set disciplines in my life that I can lean on. You almost don't need to think as much about what you're doing each day because your first couple of hours of your day, you've already got a set routine done. The last hour of your day, you've already got a set routine done. And in between, you end up having these free time periods where you can go on social media, where you can watch movies, but you also feel good about yourself doing that because you know you've been disciplined in many other areas of your day and your week, and you're achieving a lot of the goals that you want to get done in your life. Jocko Willink and Dan Sullivan have really helped me frame the idea about having more habits and routines in my life and embracing that and being happy about it. I definitely think when I first started out on my personal development journey, thinking about all these different little hacks and routines and strategies, having them in my day, made me feel like I was being too rigid and not really enjoying life. I was living for my habits, not living to enjoy myself. But 2 or 3 years later, after I actually realized that having these disciplines is a very key part of having a very successful life and actually feeling very good about yourself on a day-to-day basis. Recommend checking out Jocko Willink and Dan Sullivan if you can. Both fantastic thought leaders and some very valuable stuff they've taught me over the last number of years. Not just this idea, discipline equals freedom. If you like this video, hit that button for me. Also, don't forget to subscribe and follow along and get lots more content like this. My mission here is to deliver bite-sized videos each week that can hopefully help those that started late on their personal development journey like I did to get started and just get going. Sometimes I find that there's so much information out there that it's hard to know where to start. And sometimes just introducing little small bite-sized ideas once a week, once a month, or once every couple of months, and then stacking them a little bit like discipline equals freedom, you end up building a much better structure to your life that can help you push forward. Thanks very much for watching. Hope to see you next time. And as always, make it a good one.